Hey guys, welcome. So first one, find the area of a circle whose circumference is 48. Leave in terms of pi. So this one was a typo. It should say here 48 pi centimeters. So what you do is that's in circumference. So circumference is 2 pi r. So we're just going to set 48 pi. Again, that was a typo. To 2 pi r. So when you divide, you're just going to divide by 2 pi. You divide by 2 pi, you end up with 24 equals r. And then for area, we're just going to do pi r squared, which is 24 squared, which is a relatively large number. Let me see. That is 576 pi, and that is square centimeters. All right. Next one says find the circumference of a circle with a diameter equal to 14. So all we do is to find the radius, we take half of that. So my radius is 12. So the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, which, I'm sorry, the radius is 7. I don't know why I said 12. I was looking at that one, I think. And so we just do 2 pi r, so it's actually going to be 14 pi centimeters. All right, given this circle, name the specific parts. A major arc is 180 degrees or more. So we could do BCG. There's lots of answers here, by the way. That's a G. Minor arc is less than 180. So minor arc, usually we only use 2 letters like CG. And then a semicircle is exactly 180. So we could do KCG. A central angle would be like this angle here. That's a central angle. So we could say angle KDC. So it has a vertex at the center. Versus an inscribed angle would be like this, where its vertex is on the circle. So that would be angle KGC. So yeah. Next. Given the circle, solve the following arc measures. So to do this, I kind of like find all the different pieces first. So this is 62. HJ is the diameter, so it's going to cut this into 180. So this should be 118 because 118 plus 62 makes 180. This should be 82 out here. If I add 82 and 47 together and subtract from 180, I should get 51. And so all together, you should get 360. So HMJ is this angle here. So it's going to be half of 118. So I should believe that should be 59 degrees. MHJ, which is this guy. I'm sorry, I flip-flopped those two. This one, let me fix that. That is bad. Okay, so 118. This was 51. Okay, HMJ is this guy. That's 90 degrees because it opens up to the diameter. And then this guy is half of 118, which is 59. My bad. Apologize. KL, we already knew, was 51. Thank you very much. HLJ is 180. It's a semicircle. And then LJM, if you look at LJM is from here to here. So it's 82 plus 118, which is 200. All right, moving on. Moving on down. All right, so this one, we actually have this measure here and this measure here. They both open to this arc, so that means they're actually going to be congruent. So we just do 9x plus 14 equals 15x minus 22. So I'm going to subtract the 9x over to give me 6x. I'm going to add the 22 over to give me 36. So x should equal 6. And I'm going to plug 6 into here. So that's going to be 9 times 6 plus 14. So 9 times 6 is 54. That makes that 68. And that's twice that. So that should be 136. Described angle is half of its arc. Okay, 56. That's a central angle, so it's equal to its arc, so that's 122, but then the inscribed angle is half of that, so that should be 61. All right, so 13 is the radius, so I can put another radius in, that's 13. This creates a 90-degree triangle. We can solve for this side. We want to find the whole thing FD, so we're going to have to double it because it's two of them. So I'm going to get 10 squared plus x squared equals 13 squared. So that's a 100 plus x squared equals 169. Subtract it, we get x squared equals 69. So square root it is square root of 69. Now FD is twice that, so we're going to just double up. So 2 times the square root of 69. And we're good. All right, this one, these little guys are congruent, so that's 10, that's 14. If that's 9, that's 9, that's 8. And we just add them all up together. I like to do the sides. That's 24 for the total side. That is 23. That's 17. That's 18. Those two together would be 40, 58, I think 82. I think 82 is right on the dot. Yeah. Write an equation with a circle in standard form giving its center and radius. So just remember we put it opposite, so it's going to be x plus 8 parentheses squared, and then it's going to be y minus 9 parentheses squared, and then equals 144. We square the r. And then identifying the circle, we take it out. We just take out the opposite we see. So positive 4, negative 7, and then we square root the 18, which is that, or it's approximately, I think, 3 rad 2, if we were to simplify. All right, write the equation in standard form. This is where we have to do a little bit of work. So we'll start with black. So we're going to get x squared plus 12x plus blank. And then we got y squared minus 4y plus blank. And that is going to equal, I'm going to subtract the 12 on the other side. And then we're going to put in those values. So this is going to be b divided by 2 squared. So it is 12 divided by 2 squared. That's actually going to give me 36. 36. Whatever I do one side, do the other. This is negative 4 divided by 2 squared. That's going to give me positive 4, positive 4. 6 times 6 makes 36 and adds to 12, so I'm going to get x plus 6 squared. And then we're going to get y minus 2 squared equals, and then I just add that up. So that's basically 40 minus 12, 28. I think that looks good. All right. Write the equation of the parabola in standard form. So we kind of do the same thing. We just have to do it once. So x squared plus 6x plus blank. I'm putting that in parentheses. I'm moving the 28 on the outside. I'm eventually going to add something to the outside. So here I do b divided by 2 squared. That's going to give me 9. I added 9 to this equation, so I'm going to have to subtract 9 out here. There's nothing in front. So we end up with y equals x plus 3. That would add to 6 and multiply 9. And then out here is going to be plus 19. This graph is going up, so this right here is a minimum. The vertex is at negative 3, 19, and the axis symmetry is at the h value of negative 3. Graph the parabola. So first of all, our vertex is at positive 2, 7, 5. We pull it right from there, opposite what we see, exactly what we see. So 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's negative, so it's going down. And the axis of symmetry goes right through there. That's x equals 2. Okay, now we get into our NPR, NCR. So NPR order matters. In this case, we're assigning two roles, so captain and co-captain matters. So we're going to do NPR, and we're going to take the number of players and pick 2. That should end up with 600 if you plug in your calculator. If you do it the other way, you'll get actually no answer, because this is saying I have 25 people, I'm picking 2 spots. If you had 2 people and you're filling 25 spots, you won't be able to do it. So Amy's choosing 10 friends, 4 to be your bridesmaid. Order does not matter. You're either a bridesmaid or you're not. If it said arrange them, then we'd say order matters. So we have 10 in CR2. I believe that's 210 off the top of my head. Let me check. Okay, back to it. By the way, this is 4, not 2. And that should be 210. Okay, so 210 ways. 10 bridesmaids, or 10 friends, choosing 4 bridesmaids. Okie dokie. All right, so probability. This is all about favorable out of total. So there's a total of 43 crayons. So 43 over green, which is 12. That's it. Red or purple, so we're going to take the red plus the purple, because both of those are favorable over the total, which is 43. So we get 24 over 43. Again, that doesn't simplify. This one, a little bit more challenging. I choose a purple. Don't replace it and then pick another. So I'm doing 2 events here. So we have purple, which is 10 out of 43. I don't replace it, so now I only have 42 and 9 purple left. Multiply across, you get 90 over 1806, I want to say. That does reduce. Let me check. Okay, so I believe that makes 1849. I was a little off there. So that's 90 over 1849. That does simplify, I think, but we'll just leave it at that for now. Choose a red, replace it, and pick a yellow. So here we're doing 2 events, red, 14. I replace it, so it's still out of 43, and we have 7. So I believe that's 96 over... Oh, no, this one's 1849. I apologize. This one was 1806. And that, I think that does simplify, but we'll just leave it for that. 96 over... Is it 96? There's 7 yellow. That's a 7. 7 times 14. Whew, Mr. Smith. Having a moment. All right, choose a crayon that is not yellow. I got this. Let's use yellow. There's 43 that are yellow. That's a horrible color. Never doing that. We're going to subtract the 7 yellow. That should give me 36. So there's 36 that aren't yellow out of 43. How many 4-digit passwords can be created? So we need 4 spots. There's a total of 10 digits, so I can't use 2 or 3. So that means I get 8 digits to choose from. The last has to be 0, so I can only have 1 digit to choose from. The middle, they said nothing, so I can use all 10 digits. So that's going to be 800. How many ways can you spell the word infinity? Well, normally it's just the number of letters factorial. But since we have repetition, we see 3 i's, so that's 3 factorial, times 2 n's, which is 2 factorial. If you evaluate the bottom, that's about 12. And then if we evaluate the top, I think it's 3360 ways, which is pretty wild. All right. Group of 100 lifeguards. So we should have a sample size of 100, but we're going to have a given information that's going to reduce my sample space. So 31 saw a shark, 53 saw a dolphin, 10 saw both. If a lifeguard is chosen at random, what is the probability he's seen a shark? If I stop right there, it'd be 31 out of 100. But it says given they've seen a dolphin. So that 100 breaks down to 53 because it's given they've seen a dolphin. So I'm only focusing on those 53. Out of those 53, how many have seen a shark? 10, because 10 have seen both. So it's just 10 over 53. Chloe purchased some new clothes. She got 10 shirts, 4 pants, 2 jackets, assuming you can only wear one of each. You have 80 different outfits. Okay, probability of flipping a coin, then rolling a die, but you flip 2 coins. So that's going to be tails, 1/2, tails, 1/2. Rolling a 6, 1 6. 2 times 2 is 4 times 6. That's 1 over 24. Factoring time. What 2 numbers multiply to 12, but add to -8? I'm thinking -2 and -6, which means my answer is actually +2 and +6, because we would factor this as x minus 2 and x minus 6 and set those equal to 0. Next, here we're going to add the 150 over, so x squared equals 169. Square root that, and x is going to equal positive or negative 13. So you have to do both. This is split the middle term, so 5 times negative 12 is negative 60. We have 4. So what two numbers multiply to negative 60 but add to a positive 4? I'm thinking 6 and 10. Negative 6, positive 10. So we're going to break this into 5x squared plus 10x minus 6x minus 12. And we're going to factor by grouping. So here I think I can pull out 5x, which would leave me with x minus 2. That means I can pull out a negative 6, which leaves me with x minus 2 equals 0. And set each one of those equal to 0. So x minus 2 equals 0. That's just going to be x equals 2. We do it again. This time I'll give myself that same space. We're going to get 5x minus 6 equals 0. Add the 6 over 5x equals 6. So x equals 2 and 6 over 5. Number 75, factor by grouping. So we can actually pull out a 2x squared, give me with x minus 5. And I can pull out a negative 8, which leaves me with x minus 5. So again, the x minus 5 is going to be really easy. We just do x minus 5 equals 0. So that means x is going to equal 5. It's confusing how I wrote that because it dragged. So let's make that look a little nicer. So 5, there we go. Okay, much better. Now let me do some work. So now we have 2x squared minus 8. So 2x squared minus 8 equals 0. So you're going to get 2x squared equals 8. X squared equals 4. So we end up square rooting that. And you get x equals 5. And x equals 2. And x equals negative 2. So you actually end up with 3 answers, which is probably because you have this guy, x cubed. So it's actually hitting it 3 times. The graph probably is going to look something like that, or maybe the other way. I think it would be the other way. All right. Last one. All right, so first of all, we have to combine like terms. So move everything over here. So subtract the 2x, so I get 3x squared. Subtract the 3, I get negative 13x. Add the 5, I'm going to get 12. So multiply the front and the back, so that's going to be 36 and negative 13. So I just got to think of what numbers would add to positive 36 and negative 13. So I'm thinking they're both negative. So I'm thinking 6 and 6, nope. 9 and 4 sounds pretty money. And so we're going to get 3x squared minus 9x minus 4x plus 12. And we factor by grouping. And we end up with 3x, x minus 3. And that's negative 4, x minus 3. So the x minus 3 is going to be easy. It's going to just become x equals 3. The other one a little bit more challenging. So I get 3x minus 4 equals 0. So 3x equals 4 divided by 3. So we're going to get 4 divided by 3. All right, that's it. Enjoy. I hope you liked it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.